Mr. Sir Sports. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank all you guys for that. If you want to join the family and be entered to win a MacBook Pro and experience all the NFL news that's important that you need to know, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you're notified when our videos go live. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're giving away a MacBook Pro, like I mentioned. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video.
Aaron Rodgers obviously signed his 1 year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 1 year, 13.65 base and $10 million signing bonus. And then obviously his incentives in there can get him all the way up to around 20 million, and that's playoffs, 500,000 wild card wins, 600,000 divisional wins, 650,000 conference championship, 1 million, win the Super Bowl, 1.5 million, and if he wins the MVP, 1.5 million more. So if he wins the Super Bowl and wins MVP, he can make up to 20 million. So what are your thoughts on this contract that the Steelers set up? And what are your thoughts on Rodgers going into this season?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a pretty fair contract. He's made a lot of money in his career, so I think it's pretty apt that he's taking a pay cut this late in his career. I feel like when you have guys that have made excess of 200, $300 million, I feel like it's a little easier to be like, hey, man, you've made this generational money. I think you can take a little bit of a pay cut to help the team out, which is exactly what he did. But I think ultimately it's kind of like, I think it's a good thing that they also had it, brought with the incentives. I mean, obviously the bonus structure I think is huge, and I know Crossing Sports reminds me of Jonathan Taves' contract with Winnipeg, where he gets a certain amount for playing 50, 60, certain amount of games and making it far in the playoffs. So I think Rodgers isn't likely to win MVP. I mean, I don't think we've really had someone in their 40s win MVP. I mean, I think there was the argument when Rodgers won his last MVP, it should have been Tom Brady at 44, but then again, that's neither here nor there. So as a former Aaron Rodgers guy, do you think he can, what are the odds he wins MVP, and do you think he can make the playoffs with this Steelers team?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he can definitely make the playoffs. I don't think he's winning MVP, but I think they can definitely make the playoffs. They're not going to be favored to win that division. And if I had to make a prediction, it would probably be that there would be a wild card. They'd have to go on the road to one of these teams. And honestly, it just depends on going into the playoffs. What's the momentum look like? Have they been on a winning streak? Does the team they have to go to, do they have injuries? Have they been on a winning streak? Are they hot? Do they get a bye? Is that bye gonna slow them down? Is that bye gonna help them rest? Like, I think a lot of these things come into play when it comes to how will they do in that first round? Will they advance? But I think really the max like outcome for the Steelers this year really is probably the AFC Championship game. I just don't see them being able to beat the Ravens or the Bills in the playoffs if they have made it that far. I think that's the furthest they could possibly make it. Maybe if they upset, if they got a good matchup in round one and they got hot. But yeah, I don't see them winning a Super Bowl. But Rodgers is the king of making it to the conference championship game and losing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he made it there, but yeah, I don't see him making it past there. And then the contract, yeah, I think it's a good contract, obviously, for the team, and Rodgers has made plenty of money, so he doesn't need the money. He's just looking to win in his final year.